Welcome to the channel. I'm your host, the BitBoy. Today, I want to talk about on our Sunday sermon. It's a little bit late today. Next week's going to be a little bit earlier for you guys on Sunday. But the fact is, guys, I want to talk about words. And last week we talked a little bit about this as we discussed the power in what you say. But the thing is, a lot of people don't realize that it's not just what you say that's important. It's how you say it. Your words, the power of your words, it's not just in the sound that they make when they come out of your voice. It's also affected by many, many other factors about you and your personality and about who you are. And I want to give you an example of this, of why the way we use our words matters, okay? So I want you to hear these words right here. Get downstairs now. You heard that? You heard that? That's like kind of a, okay, you hear that phrase? Get downstairs now. When someone says that to you, now what are you imagining might be happening? Like maybe somebody's in trouble and their parents are like, get downstairs now, or maybe someone forgot to do something and there's something there, or somebody says, you need to go downstairs now. Well, when I was a kid, I was in the 4th grade, and I was upstairs in my bedroom, and my mom and my brother had gone to church, and it was raining outside. It was storming very badly, and I was sick. I couldn't go, and I wanted to go desperately. I begged my mom to go, and she wouldn't let me go. I wanted to go to children's church. We had some like fun stuff we were doing in there, and I had to stay home. And so I stayed home, and I was watching ESPN all morning. I was in the 4th grade, getting ready for football later in the day. And all of a sudden, as it's storming, my stepdad comes by my room, because he's still there, and he says, get downstairs now. Okay, wow. Now here's what you have to understand. My stepdad and I have a great relationship today. He's an awesome dude. I love him. He helped me. And my brother, he raised us great. The only thing is, growing up, we didn't really have a relationship. We didn't talk. He married my mom when I was in the 4th grade, and we didn't talk a lot. And the thing is during this time of my life, the only time he talked to me pretty much was when I was in trouble or if there was something major going on. And what happens is I know, because of the way that my stepdad uses words, he doesn't use a lot of words. He's very quiet. He can be personal, but when he speaks, people listen because he doesn't talk a lot. So when he says that, you know there's urgency. When he said that to me that morning, I knew immediately the moment I heard it not to question it and to go downstairs. And we went downstairs, and there was a tornado, and we were safe, but it ripped my house apart. It ripped my room up. It ripped half of the top floor of our house was destroyed. And so because of that, the way that he uses words, it told me something that when he said something, I needed to listen. I needed to do it immediately and not question it. If he talked all the time and said all kinds of things, was joking around a lot like I do, then maybe I wouldn't have taken that as seriously. And I think that that's something that is very, very important, is that what we say matters, but the way that we use words matters. The way we say things, the tone of our voice, that stuff matters. And when it comes to the way that this affects us in the world of investing or in the world of crypto, it's very simple. The words you say and how much you talk about what you do, it matters. So let's take this for instance. If you're a trader, or if you want to be a trader and you're always losing and you're just like, I just can't do it, I can't win, then why are you still trading? Why are you still trying? Why are you still attempting? Because you want to win. You want to be successful, right? However, you keep saying things like, I'm a terrible trader. I can't do this. I lose. Every time I buy it, it goes the opposite way. I short something, it goes up. When you are speaking these words out into the atmosphere, you're causing things to happen. Our brain, it comes up with the blueprints for things. The blueprints. But our words are what constructs our reality. It's what actually Cassie and I were talking about this morning. And I told her, I said, it's like our thoughts are the blueprints, our words are the bricks. What are you doing with your bricks? And you may say something like, oh yeah, I just say stuff like that. I don't mean it. I'm not really, I know I can. No, you are a bad trader because you said it. You said it out loud. And so the universe heard you say you're a bad trader. And then every time you do something else is going to happen. The universe is like, okay, well, if that's what he wants. If every time he buys this, he wants to go the other way, we'll just keep putting it out there. Keep laying those bricks, keep laying that foundation. And then you may you may catch yourself like, okay, I'm going to try to change this about myself, and I'm going to stop using my words in a way that is negative. I'm going to stop using my words in a way that may be constructing the wrong types of fixtures in my house. And with, from the blueprints, you're putting down the wrong stuff. You've got to learn to use your words in a way that constructs a reality around you that builds bricks and lays them down in a foundation that you don't want to tear down. Because look, I want you to think of it like this, okay? If you were inside of a house and you were building a house, okay? And I like to use the term bricks for a lot of reasons, but let's just say for this purpose, let's say that you were installing some posts in your house, okay? Now here's the thing. You're installing these posts, you're doing this, you're doing that, but you install one of the wrong posts, okay? You're trying to do better, you're trying to build your house the right way, but you put a post in a wrong spot. That's akin to you saying something like, I'm a bad trader, when you remember you're not supposed to be saying things like that. You're like, oh man, I didn't mean to say that. I put that out in the universe. I put it out. It's equivalent to, if you're building a house, you have to tear down that fixture and put it somewhere else. It doesn't just disappear. You can't just, I put that in there, let's just work around it. No, you have to undo sometimes some of the things that you've said and the way that you use your words. And I want everybody to think about this, and this is what I kind of want to leave you guys with today as we talk about this. We're going to get much more into this next week. I'm going to start recording these Sunday sermon videos earlier in the week before Sunday mornings, so that way on every single Sunday morning you guys are getting one of these things. But the thing is that I want you guys to begin thinking about the blueprints of what you want your life to look like. And this applies to everything, but specifically for this, talk about for investing and for your crypto, your portfolios. What do you want it to look like? What is your dream? You want to pay off a house? You want to buy a house? You want to pay something off? You want to give some money to somebody? What do you want to do? Now that you think about what you're gonna have to think about this for a while. You're gonna go write it down. You can't just write now and just be like, oh, this is what I want. No, you need to think about this. You need to build the blueprints of what you want your life to look like in crypto. And then what you need to do is you only need to say positive things about that. And also, this is another, we'll talk about this maybe next week. Don't tell everybody your goals and what you want. This is yours. This is for you. You don't tell anybody this stuff. Just construct it. And then once you have this idea of what you want things look like to be constructed, like when you have the blueprints for what you want it to look like, now start laying the bricks, start laying the foundation, doing the things that will get you there, and talking positively about your attempt to do this, because that stuff is so important. But if you don't have the end goal, if you don't know where you're going, if you don't know what you want this to look like, then how are you going to be able to build the bricks? You can't, you know what you're doing? It's like you've got this 1,000-piece awesome like pirate ship Lego box or Lego kit, and what are you doing? You say, I'm going to build it without the instructions. Now that's fine. I mean, certainly people can freestyle Lego building without instructions. It's fun to do sometimes. People like to do that. But the issue is maybe you have a picture of it, but you don't have the instructions to build what you want to build. And so you can look at it kind of from a picture, and unless you're some kind of Lego master, you're going to take those bricks and you're just going to start making something, and maybe it'll look kind of like a pirate ship, but I can almost guarantee you it's not going to look exactly like the pirate ship that's on the picture, because you just started building, you started laying bricks without the blueprints. You have to have both. So I want you guys to really do that. Think about, how are you going to lay these blueprints for the next year and beyond of your life as we move through a crypto bull run. I want you guys to think about that. Drop it down below. I'm gonna start responding to a lot of these comments. Drop down below. I want to know, what are your blueprints? Put that down below if you want. Don't share too much, but what are your bare bones? What's the bare bones? What are your blueprints? What are you looking to do in crypto? Drop that down below. Be blessed.